All right, I'm going to give a rundown. Forgive my fast speaking, but I'm trying to pack a lot of information into a short video so it doesn't get too long. These generators are basically very similar in KW. I'm going to be featuring this one first with a second video featuring the Cummins. This is a Onan Cummins 6-cylinder engine, 20 kW. This is a Yanmar military surplus. So let's talk about the Yanmar first. This is sort of an anomaly at only 212 hours on a 2010 manufacture date. You can always tell an unsophisticated buyer sometimes, depending on what generator they're asking about, by when they ask how old it is, because generally the older it is, the better made it is and more cast iron, like like I'll discuss in another video about the one over here to my right. But right now the Yanmar is a 16 valve. There's the data plate, which I will try to also post as a photo. I haven't even wiped this off with a rag yet. It doesn't get much cleaner and newer than this. As a result, this is more expensive than this one because it's newer and has lower hours, even though this one is also low. These are 3-phase or single phase. I'm going to test run this and turn it on in a minute here. Let me just go ahead and do... That is turbocharged, by the way, which is the most expensive engine that the military ever used in anything that is around this size. If you look at the older ones that have White and Hercules engines, you won't find parts as readily available. A Yanmar is probably on par or maybe just one notch below a Kubota. They're both Japanese. These are not the right size batteries, by the way. They're two smaller batteries. I just have those hooked up. It's a 24-volt starter system. Anyway, right here is where you select between 3 and single phase. And this is the array of electronics, of redundant electronics. Don't let this intimidate you. These things go for 10,000 hours with very, very little failure. Probably you will be dead before you have anything to do in the way of a repair on this. All of the panel lights light up, including the indicator lights here. I can't find a single bulb to replace on this. Everything is functioning perfectly the way it's supposed to. There's a small dent down here. This will, in fact, will close all the way, but I have it open. Those are the heavy lugs where your terminals connect for your home power. And everywhere you look on this is a schematic or a wiring diagram. So if you lose the manual, you can still get quite a bit of information just off of the manuals. There's an auxiliary connector, hose rather, to connect to a larger fuel tank. This has got only a 14-gallon tank in it, whereas that has a 50-gallon tank. So your runtime is lower on this. You would solve that with a saddle tank off here to the side if you were doing storm preparedness. But yeah, 3-phase, single phase, 212 hours. Seems like I'm forgetting something. This is in a built-in skid where you can get it from either direction, that way or this way, and you have those heavy duty lifting points, and there's not much else to tell about that one. So I'm at 727-400-2694, Generator Jeff in Clearwater, Florida. And oh, the little thing when it was starting there at the middle, it's because my batteries are weak. Didn't do it that time because it got a little bit of a surface charge on it from the last run. All right, guys, be good. Message me, please, on Facebook. If you have any messages, please only call me if you can't get your questions answered in the video, and I'll be glad to help you. And I do offer delivery in Florida for a nominal charge. And if you have a trade-in that works and isn't a piece of junk that I have to repair too bad, then I might be able to take a trade-in also. All right? Be good. Boom.